Viewer discretion is advised.
I don't know about you, but I get the feeling that this case is about to be cracked wide open. The FBI has confirmed a single black glove, found 2 miles from Nancy's front door, carries the DNA of an unknown male. And that glove, it visually matches, almost perfectly, what the masked, armed suspect was wearing on her doorbell camera the night she vanished. An unknown male, a glove, a match. So who is this person? And why does one name keep surfacing, over and over, in connection with this DNA suspect? That name is Tommaso Cioni, Nancy's own son-in-law. Today, we are breaking down 6 disturbing links between Tommaso Cioni and the glove DNA suspect. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you're going to have a question burning in your chest, and I want you to drop it in the comments. Seriously. Because this case needs as many eyes on it as possible. Let's go. Okay. First, let me just lay out exactly what happened with this glove, because the FBI's own words here are striking. Investigators collected about 16 gloves in the area around Nancy's Tucson home. Most of them, discarded gloves from search volunteers, easily eliminated. But one glove was different. It was found in a field by the side of a road, approximately 2 miles from Nancy's home. The FBI described it, and I'm paraphrasing their statement closely here, as appearing to match the gloves worn by the suspect in the surveillance video. Black, nitrile style, pulled over in the same way as the masked figure's gloves visible in the doorbell footage. That glove went overnight to a private forensics lab in Florida on February 12th, arrived the 13th. By February 14th, Saturday, the FBI had preliminary DNA results, an unknown male profile. Now they're running quality control and waiting on official confirmation before they drop that profile into CODIS, the FBI's national DNA database, which contains over 19 million offender profiles. Retired NYPD Lieutenant Dr. Darren Porcher called it, and I'll quote him directly here, truly a breakthrough in the case. And here's the thing that nobody's really sitting with yet. The Pima County Sheriff also confirmed DNA from someone other than Nancy, and other than anyone in close contact with her, was collected from inside her own home. Her property, her space, an unknown male, again, 2 locations, same unknown male profile. So who is this man? And does he have any connection to the last known person to see Nancy alive? That brings us to the 6 links. On February 12th, the FBI released an updated physical description of the suspect captured on that doorbell footage. Male, average build, approximately 5'9" to 5'10" tall. Now, Tommaso Cioni is publicly described as a 50-year-old Italian-born educator living in Tucson. Multiple published reports, including from outlets like the Sunday Guardian Live, put him at a height consistent with the FBI's description. He has a medium build. Online, social media users and independent investigators began running side-by-side comparisons, the suspect's silhouette against publicly available images of Cioni. The overlap in height, build, and general frame is what keeps pulling his name back into these conversations. The suspect in the video is also seen with visible facial hair peeking below the ski mask, a dark mustache and goatee area. Social media users noted this matches Cioni's appearance in recent photos. Again, this is not a charge. This is not a conviction. But 5'9" to 5'10", average build, dark facial hair, Tucson-based. That description fits a lot of people. The question investigators are asking is, does it fit the man who drove Nancy home that night? On the night of January 31st, Tommaso Cioni drove Nancy Guthrie home from a family dinner. This is confirmed. On record. Undisputed. He dropped her off at approximately 9:50 p.m. The garage door opened. She went inside. The garage door closed at 9:50. He was the last known person to see her alive. Then, less than 4 hours later, the doorbell camera goes dark. Now, I want to be clear. Driving someone home is not a crime. Being the last to see someone is not evidence of guilt. The Pima County Sheriff's Department has repeatedly stated no suspects or persons of interest have been officially named. Sheriff Chris Nanos has said they are, quote, looking at everyone who had contact with Nancy. Standard procedure. But here's what made this chilling, and not a footnote. After the FBI recovered the glove DNA, sources confirmed that Cioni was re-interviewed. The FBI returned to what they already had, and they went back to the beginning, the last known contact. That alone tells you something about where the investigative energy is sitting. If someone you loved was taken, and the last person to see them was re-interviewed after DNA evidence emerged, what would be going through your mind? Okay, this one is the one where I need you to hear me carefully, because there are two sides to this story, and you deserve both of them. A document surfaced online, shared on social media, appearing to show that Tommaso Cioni transferred durable power of attorney to his wife, Annie Guthrie, covering property-related matters. Legal experts and official sources have stated clearly, this document is not connected to the criminal investigation. A power of attorney transfer for property purposes is a routine legal transaction. But here is why this made the third link: the timing. The document began circulating during the active investigation into Nancy's disappearance. Independent investigator St. James Hartline, a citizen journalist, publicly posed the question, and I'll paraphrase it: why would someone hand over full financial and personal legal authority to their spouse unless they were concerned about incapacitation, departure, or court intervention in their finances? Legitimate question. Possible mundane answer. But in the context of everything else, investigators aren't dismissing any angle. Not finances, not assets, not the timing of anything in this family's paper trail. One ex-user summed up what a lot of people are feeling. What if some kind of disagreement came up about real estate or investments? I don't dismiss anything. Neither is the FBI. If you're watching this and you have legal or financial expertise, what's your read on the timing? Drop it below. I mean that genuinely. This case needs sharp minds. We've established an unknown male DNA profile was lifted from the glove found 2 miles from Nancy's home. We've also established an unknown male DNA profile was found inside Nancy's home, on her property, and confirmed by the Pima County Sheriff's Department to belong to someone other than Nancy or anyone in regular close contact with her. Investigators are working to identify who both profiles belong to. Here's what we know about Tommaso Cioni and DNA. He has not been publicly confirmed as having provided a DNA sample. No public statement from law enforcement has cleared him through DNA or eliminated him. And here's a detail that I think deserves its own moment of quiet. The gloves were found in the same general geographic cluster, 2 miles from Nancy's home, as areas that investigators have been actively searching in connection with the case, including areas near Annie and Tommaso's neighborhood, which law enforcement specifically canvassed. The FBI has also stated that the unknown male DNA from the glove and the unknown male DNA from inside the home are both being analyzed. Whether they match each other, and whether either matches anyone in Nancy's orbit, is what those CODIS results are going to tell us. If those results come back and match someone with ties to this family, this case changes overnight. Multiple ransom notes surfaced after Nancy's disappearance. Some sent directly to news outlets, some directed at the family. The FBI confirmed at least 2 purported ransom notes existed, with 2 deadlines that had already passed by February 9th, with no confirmed contact from the suspected kidnappers. The FBI also stated they were not aware of any continued communication between the Guthrie family and suspected kidnappers. A California man was arrested for sending a fake ransom text to the family, an imposter note, the FBI called it. Then TMZ received a third email from someone claiming to know the kidnapper's identity and demanding $100,000 from the FBI in exchange for information. This email used the phrase, "the main individual," a phrasing that, as TMZ founder Harvey Levin noted on News Nation, implies for the first time that more than one person may have been involved. More than one person. Investigators have said they are looking at all possibilities, including whether this was a targeted abduction, a burglary gone wrong, or something else entirely. An inside source told local station 13 News that the widespread investigative belief is this started as a burglary that escalated, but a source is not a verdict. Here's what matters to this link. The ransom notes, real or staged, went to people in Nancy's immediate circle, and investigators have been working to trace their origins. When ransom notes reach a family, and one member of that family is already under scrutiny, you do the math. On February 4th, the FBI searched Annie and Tommaso Cioni's home in Tucson. That's documented. That happened. Then, on February 13th, day 13 of the search, a SWAT team descended on a residence less than 2 miles from Nancy's home. Multiple law enforcement vehicles, forensics units, FBI evidence response team. 4 people were detained and later released, no arrests. But what drew public attention was who was connected to the area being searched. Enter Dominic Aaron Lee Evans. Dominic Evans is a longtime friend and bandmate of Tommaso Cioni. The two co-founded a band called Early Black in 2007. They've been connected for nearly 2 decades. Both are based in the Tucson area. After the FBI released the doorbell camera footage of the masked suspect, online sleuths noticed something. The visible facial features of the suspect, dark mustache, thick brows, bore a resemblance to publicly available photos of Evans. A body language expert also publicly weighed in, comparing the suspect's build to Evans's appearance. Social media pushed hard on this. Too hard. Actually, to the point where a rumor spread that Evans's home in Marana had been raided. That turned out to be incorrect. Bollywood shotties confirmed the SWAT raid on February 13th targeted the home of Baird Green, not Evans. But here's what doesn't go away. Evans has a documented criminal record in Pima County court records. Felony charges including burglary, robbery, theft, and embezzlement. His connection to Cioni, their shared geography, and the nature of those prior charges are what investigators have reportedly been vetting within Cioni's immediate circle. Nobody in this circle has been charged, but nobody outside of the California ransom hoaxer has been charged at all. And that means the people closest to Nancy are still very much in the frame.
It is never too late to do the right thing.
A newly shared video to social media, Savannah Guthrie says her family has not lost any hope as the search for her 84-year-old mom enters its 3rd week.
We believe in the essential goodness of every human being. And it's never too late.
Through everything, the cameras, the pressure, the not knowing, she looked directly at whoever took her mother and said, "It's never too late to do the right thing. We still have hope," she said. "We still believe." Let that sit with you for a second. An 84-year-old woman who moved to Tucson because she loved the air, the quality of life, the gentleness of it, her words to Savannah years ago, is out there somewhere. And someone knows where she is. The glove DNA is being run through CODIS right now. Results are expected within 24 hours of submission. The unknown male profile from inside her home is also under analysis. A Range Rover connected to the investigation was towed from a Culver's parking lot Friday night and is being forensically processed. This is the most physical evidence this case has had since it began. Whether the CODIS hit comes back to someone already in this investigation or someone entirely new, we are closer to an answer than we have been at any point in 2 weeks. 6 links, 1 glove, 1 DNA profile that could change everything. Nancy deserves justice, not silence, not theories, justice. And whoever is out there watching this, knowing something, sitting on information, what kind of person holds that back while an 84-year-old woman is missing? What does that say about you? Savannah said it. It is never too late to do the right thing. If you are just finding this case now, welcome. And I'm sorry, because once you're in it, you can't look away. There are over 14,000 tips in the system. The FBI reward is $100,000. If you know anything at all, call the Pima County Sheriff's Department at 5203-514900 or the FBI Phoenix Field Office. Every tip matters. I'll be updating this case as those CODIS results come in. The moment something breaks, we break it together. Until then, tell me in the comments. After everything you just heard, what's your gut telling you? Is this someone Nancy knew? Is it an outsider? Is it something nobody has considered yet? Because sometimes, and I mean this, sometimes the comments section finds what investigators miss. Stay on this one. Nancy needs us to.